Ultron is the latest strategist arriving in Marvel Rivals starting on May 30th. Naturally, as a strategist main, I had to get in and test him out for myself and see if I could dispel any rumors about him being underpowered or if he could hold his own in a 2-strategist composition. I have to say that using bots for this isn't going to bring me the most consistent results, but in good matches I did have, I was able to consistently break 15k healing and sometimes even 30k healing. Ultron provides a constant AoE heal with a drone that cannot be targeted or destroyed by the enemy team. It has no cooldown and can be moved at any time. The drone will effectively heal the target it's on for slightly more than the teammates in the area of effect, and it plays in tandem with his firewall ability, which activates around Ultron as well as the teammates in the AoE of Imperative Patch. That said, Ultron's difficulty comes from being expected to output consistent damage while also managing your shields and healing your team. Ultron can do a lot of damage with his primary fire, and the burst at the end is particularly satisfying. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like here. I find it very important to consistently be putting up the bonus health because it will help supplement the lack of healing in the time that your drone is healing. So you want to consistently keep the drone on the lowest health teammate because it's going to do a bit more healing to that person than everyone else in the area, as you can see. We also have Iron Man's ability, which does damage and also heals, and it penetrates. I find that I will probably prefer playing him with an Iron Man, which means we'll probably see a lot of Iron Man and Ultron comp for season 2.5. I won't be surprised if Iron Man continues to be banned, at least now that Hulk is not tied to them. He probably won't get banned anymore. It's going to be ultimately a choice between Namor and Iron Man. But the cooldown is decently long for a good reason, being able to provide this much damage and healing at once. Yeah, ideally your goal with Ultron is provide consistent damage. So it's going to be very imperative if you choose to play him that you're able to keep an eye on your team at the same time as being able to output damage. I definitely feel that Ultron can be viable in a 2-healer comp. You're just going to need an attentive healer who understands what's going on and is able to multitask. At the end of the day, Ultron is going to be all about multitasking, being mindful of your cooldowns, utilizing your movement to your advantage, especially now that Hawkeye and Hela are going to probably make a resurgence with their recent buffs. Also keeping in mind every time someone goes down that you're putting your AoE on someone else. And if you're in a pickle, putting it on someone near you so that you can also take advantage of the healing. Unfortunately, I cannot control the bot healing here, so... The other nice thing about it is your teammates can actually see when they have the drone on them, and they can also see the AoE that the healing is providing, so they know where they need to stand while they're being healed. Unfortunately, the friendly and enemy Ultron AoE are the same color, so being able to know the difference is going to be the tricky part. I'm not sure why they didn't make it a different color, but maybe in the future they'll adjust it. I'm not sure. It kind of makes me think a bit of like Johnny as well, where the colors are pretty much the same, whether it's friendly or enemy. I also find that playing Ultron at like mid to low level height is the best, because you can kind of quickly dip behind a tank if you need to, and you can also take advantage of the healing a little bit easier than if you're like way up here. Like up here, because you're slower without your dash, you're just an easier target, right? Also, his ult is definitely more about keeping your teammates alive than doing any actual damage. So you can pop it during like a Storm ult or another oppressive ult where you're safe. If it's a Star-Lord ult or a Punisher ult, it may not be ideal, but if Storm is out and she's not focused on you, you can very effectively use it to keep your teammates alive. And it may not be guaranteed that they stay up, but no healer ult is perfect. And it is refreshing to see a healer ult that isn't completely just focused on invincibility, as I know that can be a common complaint in the community right now. I think his toolkit just very much lends itself to a reminder that this is a role called strategist for a reason, and there's a lot more that goes into it than just healing. We'll see. It's going to take some people some time to be comfortable with Ultron. Ultimately, he's not going to be for the faint of heart, but the learning curve is going to be worth it, just like it is with Invisible Woman, with Loki, and the more complicated healers that can do do so much more than just heal bot for you.